I'm speaking with Paula Pebsworth. This is round 3 of a series of interviews in Marrakesh. We are at COP22. Paula Pebsworth is a primatologist who works in Africa with primates, but is based in the United States. So Paula, you've told me a little bit about how you work with orphaned primates. And you've also mentioned that mothers are very important in terms of teaching their babies, baby primates, how to gather food and self-medicate. What happens when you have orphans? How do they learn to heal themselves and take care of themselves?
Who knows? I think that this is a really interesting time where this particular rescue and rehab that I had the privilege of helping at, Prime Crew that's in South Africa, basically they're creating a troop, and all of these individuals will be of the same age. And over time they learn how to forage, but how they learn which specific plants to consume for medicinal purposes, I'm not sure how that will work out. I mean, it'll be amazing if someone can follow them once that they're released into a wild setting to see if there is some sort of nutritional wisdom that we seem to lack that, but other animals do seem to figure things out on their own. I'm seeing in chimpanzees that's often a behavior that the mothers teach the infants. But in other animals, it may be that they can learn on their own. But I think that that's going to be a huge impediment for them, and it will also affect their health and the quality of their life.
And they've lost their mothers how?
So in South Africa, once again, there's this huge conflict between humans and non-human primates, and it's this constant struggle for resources, and baboons are very opportunistic. They're going for highly desirable, high caloric foods, which are human foods, and oftentimes the mother is shot by farmers, and they don't realize that they've got a baby clinging. And so once they go to retrieve the body, then they realize they've got this tiny, tiny baby. So somehow you don't mind killing an adult, but they don't have the heart to kill the infants. And so then they're trying to find someone to hand raise these babies. I mean, oftentimes they'll think, oh, how hard can it be? And then they realize it's just like a human baby where you're having to feed them, every 2 hours around the clock. And then they'll surrender them to a sanctuary or some kind of a rescue and rehab. At one point in time, there were 2 sanctuaries in the Western Cape, and now there are none. So the situation and the plight of baboon, it's quite heartbreaking. So I'm hoping to help create a new sanctuary in the Western Cape, but that's just going to take time. They're an animal that's highly vilified, and people, if you talk to them about baboons, I mean, they use verbiage that's equivalent to like a thief or a robber or a thug. I mean, and they're animals, and they're trying their very best to survive in a landscape that humans have encroached upon their habitat. I mean, in tremendous ways, and in many ways we've impacted their life so greatly, and I'm hoping that we will somehow find our humanity and help them survive as well.